Topping today's news, chaos erupts in the House of Assembly this morning. It appears that an NIB rate increase is inevitable. The aviation minister clears up accusations about missing Bahamasair funds in Haiti, and a trade union at odds with the government over an MOU signed prior to the general election.
Lay the documents then. Lay it on the 20th. Lay the documents then. Lay the documents on the 20th. If that's when we're going to debate, lay the documents then. Why waste time coming here? Why are you wasting time? Why are you wasting our time? Why are you not honoring your word? Why are you not honoring your word? Why are you not honoring your word? What is so important? What is so important? What is so important? You can't do the word. Why are you so important? What is so important?
Members, I am on my feet.
Don't want to do the work? What is so important?
I am on my feet.
Don't tell your people. Don't tell you.
Marco City?
Don't tell Marco City when two persons are standing up there. Talk to them as well. Yes.
Tensions erupted when parliamentarians met briefly in the lower chamber this morning. Opposition leader Michael Pintard and Free National Movement members of parliament were not having it, as once again, according to Mr. Pintard, the government has failed to follow the rules of the House of Assembly, which indicate that the second Wednesday of each month is set aside for question and answers. During this morning's proceedings, the opposition leader questioned whether the numerous questions posed on a range of issues put on the agenda for some time would be answered. But leader of the government business in the House of Assembly, Member of Parliament for West End, Grand Bahama and Bimini, Obi Wilscombe, responded with this.
The questions put on the order paper by the opposition will be honored. I have communicated with the leader of the opposition, of opposition business, that we intend to this morning lay bills, and then we will break in return on the 20th, during which time we will honor not only the questions, Madam Speaker, but also will cause for the debate that they've requested on immigration.
Not accepting that response, the opposition leaders say they were assured that today would be proceeding with questions and answers, adding that the opposition believes it is inappropriate that they are unable to get the government to live up to its words.
We are not prepared to accept what the member has said. We are not prepared to do that, Madam Speaker. They should honor their word. Stay in the House of Assembly today. Let's do the people's work. We do not accept what they're saying. We do not accept it. And the truth is, they continue, Madam Speaker, to mention what previous administrations have done. There's a new leadership in the Free National Movement. We're here, and we want you to behave differently. Behave differently.
However, the government sought to adhere to the set agenda for the day, which was to have the first reading of bills and a laying of documents, followed by the House of Assembly being suspended until Monday, February 20th. This led to an uproar between both sides, which resulted in the House Speaker suspending the proceedings for 5 minutes. However, once the House resumed, there was more chaos, with the F&M members of Parliament in protest for the duration of 7 minutes that it took for first reading of bills and laying of documents and suspension.
Answer the questions. 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 Answer the questions.
Order.
Madam Speaker, I now move that the House suspends to Monday, February 20th, 23 at 10 a.m.
Is there a second here? It is moved and seconded that the business of this House be suspended to Monday, 20th of February, 20th at 10 a.m. All those in favor shall remain seated. Those opposed will stand. The motion is agreed. Order that the House be suspended until Monday, February 20th. 10 a.m.
Well, following the chaos in the House of Assembly, the opposition leader and the F&M members of Parliament spoke with members of the media outside the House of Assembly as to why they took a stance. Mr. Pintard says the opposition is sick and tired of this administration ducking the second Wednesday and pertinent questions that need direct answers.
But more importantly, we are not spending the quality time in the Parliament addressing crisis issues that the country face at the moment. And they intentionally avoid this particular time. We had the word of the leader of the government business. I spoke to him personally. I raised it with the Prime Minister as well, that we understand that they were headed down this road. He gave an assurance that he would speak with them. Today we asked on the record, will we proceed? And they said no.
Add to that, Mr. Pintard is accusing the Progressive Liberal Party of being an undemocratic organization and manipulating parliamentary processes. He asserts that the opposition will not stand for it. Also expressing his frustration was Deputy Leader of the Free National Movement, Shannon Cartwright, and Member of Parliament for East Grand Bahama, Kwesi Thompson.
We are tired of these procedural games. The Bahamian people are hurting. They're being taxed. They are angry. And these barricades out here shows that the government knows that the Bahamian people are tired. So we're not going to sit down and shut up, but we can stand up and speak up.
And this government, who is paid to do a job, is not doing their job. There are important questions on the record that the Bahamian people deserve answers to, and that is why we made the stand today. What's happening with the breach of the Central Bank Act? What's happening with the breach of the Procurement Act? What's happening with the breach of the fiscal strategy? Why are they ducking the important questions that the public needs to know?
Mr. Pintard contends that the government is obligated to answer the questions that the people have, adding that the opposition is asking questions not on their own behalf, but on behalf of the Bahamian people. The government will soon announce its decision on whether there will be an increase in rates at the National Insurance Board. Minister of State Miles Lirota, who also holds responsibility for the National Insurance Board, telling reporters as much just before the weekly cabinet meeting on Tuesday. He says the matter has been dealt with at the cabinet level.
We are at a decision. Have a little bit of cleaning up to do with regards to the decision that was made, and we would be coming forth shortly with the direction of which the National Insurance Board would go with regards to the raise in contribution rates and other recommendations that was made in the report that the executive management team of the National Insurance Board has recommended to the government that in their view needs to change.
The Social Security System's 11th Actuarial Review, first released in January of 2020, recommended that contribution rates be increased between 0.75 percentage point and 1.5 percentage points from January 1st, 2023, in an effort to save the fund from depletion by 2028. NIB contributions have increased only once since it first started in 1974. The increase was from 8.8% to 9.8% in 2010 to facilitate the addition of NIB's unemployment benefits. Meanwhile, according to an analysis done by the Inter-American Development Bank, the National Insurance Board employees receive an average of $64,000 annually. That's their income. That nearly matches the earnings of the government's Auditor General's salary. The study reveals that those salaries are almost 4 times higher in percentage terms than those for other Caribbean social security systems. The report suggested that the previous industrial agreements have been a key factor in inflating both NIB's wage structure and its administrative costs. Miles Lirota, minister with responsibility for NIB, refuting those claims by the Inter-American Development Bank, telling reporters that the average salary is closer to $40,000 annually.
Okay, the Tribune article that reported the IDB, I think they just focus on a department. I think maybe the PMU, that would make the most sense. The executives, of which there are 12, the average salary is around $90,000. And then you have the managers below that. There's 165 individuals in that category, and the average salary is around $58,000. The 460 plus non-management staff is around 32,000. And so for a staff complement of around just probably south of 650 staff members, it's around 39,000. You could round off to say 40,000, the average staff member's salary.
The study pegged NIB's administrative costs at equivalent to 19% of annual benefits expenditure, which the IDB notes is almost 2 times higher than Barbados and 4 times higher than Trinidad and Tobago, who stands at 5%. Minister LaRota explains that in comparison to the other countries, the Bahamas has hundreds of islands and keys.
Now imagine the Bahamas, of which we have 19 islands. Imagine having staff for National Insurance in Nassau, Grand Bahama, Abaco, Eleuthero, Inagua, Mayaguana. There's a lot of replications going on. And so you would need more staff members because you need somebody to be in charge of the office. And so it's easy to just go and pluck out and not comparing apples to apples and just comparing apples and oranges. The Bahamas is a unique place. We are an archipelago. And so we have to, the numbers in terms of management or supervisors will be higher because we have staff in each one of our islands that provides a service to that community.
The minister said the IDB must compare countries fairly when conducting reports and studies on expenditure. Despite being one of the most profitable routes in the Bahamasair jet service, the national flag carrier has suspended its flights to Port-au-Prince, Haiti, since January 28th. Minister of Tourism, Investments and Aviation Chester Cooper says this decision was made due to multiple security concerns.
You may recall that recently the Foreign Affairs Ministry withdrew our personnel from Haiti. It stemmed from similar concerns. And that is the sole reason why Bahamasair has suspended its flight to Haiti. You may or may not know that this is a very profitable route for Bahamasair, but Bahamasair has determined that its personnel and its equipment is of great value, and therefore they have determined until things are settled, they will not return.
Bahamasair will still conduct weekly jet services to and from northern coastal city of Cape Haitian in Haiti. Minister Cooper also disputing claims from the former Prime Minister, Dr. Hubert Minnis, who on Monday made the following statement in the House of Assembly.
His policies, the Brave Davis tax and the Brave Davis inflation, are squeezing every red cent out of the Bahamian populace, while millions of dollars have disappeared from Bahamasair by travel agents in Haiti, travel agents and baggage handlers. Millions of Bahamian taxpayers' money has disappeared and they have remained quiet. Where has the money gone?
In response to Dr. Minnis, Minister Cooper says those claims are false.
This comment was most irresponsible. There is no missing money. There is an ongoing reconciliation matter. The amount is in the range of $500,000. The former Prime Minister indicated that it was millions of dollars missing. If he knows where the millions are, we'd be happy to recover it. But Bahamasair has indicated that the amount in question is in the region of $500,000. It's a reconciliation matter. The matter is sitting on an account in Haiti, and they expect that it will be fully recovered by the end of this week.
Minister Cooper says Dr. Minnis was looking for headlines instead of speaking the truth. He says the matter is being handled by the board and management of Bahamasair. Meanwhile, those claims made by former Prime Minister Dr. Minnis regarding Bahamasair's funds missing in Haiti have also been refuted by the managing director of Bahamasair, Tracy Cooper. In a statement on Tuesday, Mr. Cooper explained that during the pandemic, Bahamasair suspended services into both Port-au-Prince and Cape Haitian, and during this period, certain administrative and reconciliation issues arose with the company that provided those services for Bahamasair in Haiti. Further, he stated that as a result, funds related to sales that occurred in Haiti were deposited to a bank once those services resumed. The managing director revealing that the amount in the range of $530,000 in deposits made by the handling agent are due to ticket sales. He said the amount is now recovered and there is no dispute regarding the funds being owed, and arrears will be received shortly in the normal course of business. In addition to the ticket sales, Mr. Cooper also revealed that there is recovery of some $38,000 in bags and other fees, which the airline expects to have completed in short order. Last week, Bahamasair again suspended flights to Port-au-Prince due to security concerns. Meanwhile, again, they continue to fly into Cape Haitian. We'll take a break here, and we'll be right back after these commercials.